This week on Dumb Pitches, my guest is Kelly Collette, and we have a plethora of ideas. What if you could teach dogs to do the Heimlich maneuver? That would be great. Let's see. We have 2 scripts that she did pitch to NBC. We haven't seen them made yet. Well, you'll find out why. And a couple of apps ideas. Let's see. Should you subscribe to find the Tupperware lids that actually fit your Tupperware? Different things like that. It's a great episode. Here we go. Dumb Pitches. What a bunch of dumb pitches. Oh my God. Welcome to another episode of Dumb Pitches with Monica Nevi. I'm Monica Nevi, your host. This is the show where we talk to successful people about their worst ideas. I'm so excited for our guest this week. Please welcome Kelly Collette.
Hi, I'm Monica Nevi, host of the podcast.
That's good. You take it from here. You go for it.
I talk to people about the worst people about their great ideas.
That's good. That would, or are we going to start rival podcasts where you talk to just terrible people? I don't know how you, or I guess unsuccessful people. That would be, I don't know how you'd get them to do the podcast.
On the street interviews, like, have you seen those ones where they ask dads, like, if they know their kids' birthdays and they never do? Like, that's the kind of
That's a good. You're like, can we get some absentee fathers over here to tell me their best ideas?
They're all over my For You page. It's like it's trying to tell me something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's yeah. Is that in your future or is that?
I'm a terrible dad.
Perfect. Well, that's the other thing. We have terrible fathers are very popular on our show.
What, the Bad Dad Club? I'm a member. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in the stepdad club. So, but I'm pretty good at it. So, okay, we like to start the show by giving everyone your good ideas so they know you haven't only had bad ideas. So Kelly Collette, hilarious stand-up comedian. Honestly, one of the hardest working comedians I think out there. I think you're grinding, and I appreciate that. But you've been heard on Sirius XM, NPR, CMT. You have a dry bar comedy special. You also, and I love this because we like, we have a lot of comedians, but we have some other. But you wrote a book too. Oh my gosh, I'm forgetting what it's called. Here we go. You are actually quite small.
Yeah.
Yeah. So look at that. You've done a lot of cool stuff, and you're also just a funny comedian if you want to go see good comedy. And you're starting a tour soon, like a whole tour that you've put together.
Yeah, this is my first one. When you said hardest working, I really appreciate that. This is one of the hardest things I've ever done is like trying to find these places that, you're randomly cold calling, and then you're just like, hey, can I sell you on the idea of me? And they're like, I don't know, can you? And then now I gotta, not only that, now I gotta like figure out the people around there that want to be sold on the idea for me and places to stay and all. Yeah, I've never done that before. So people think like comedian, you just show up, but there's so many different stages of comedian. And right now I'm just like, also a costume designer, my own manager, my own social media person. I'm my own makeup artist, not today, but, it's so hard. So yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I can relate to that. And I think that's why when we worked together, I was just like, oh, she's grinding. And I appreciate that because it's just, you're right. There's so many other parts of it, especially when you're booking yourself and doing all those things. Like it's a lot of work. So I hope some people hear this and go, you know what? I got to go to her shows then.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And I think you're out there grinding too. And you did excellent the time we worked together to tell everybody that you won the contest.
No, I don't think I told them, no, but yeah, we did a contest together, and which honestly is probably the first contest I've done in years because I don't really like them.
Contests they're the worst, right?
Yeah.
But I think our group was awesome. Like everybody had a lot of camaraderie, and it wasn't like anybody was like, oh, I want to do really good. We're all like, I just don't want to do bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to have fun too, and it was a good show. I mean, when you do competitions, I always, which is easier said than done, but always try to think about the fact that like, oh, this is still a sold out crowd that I get to do, like perform for. Right. So, yeah. Which did work out for me.
So like, that was also like a weird Like if you got past the first round, they had you go again like immediately, and you had
Yeah.
to have 5 minutes like immediately, and it was like you had to like really work hard and strategize and be like, do I save my best stuff for the end or for the beginning?
I know. And then like to that last round, they were like, "Okay, and Monica," and I was like, "Oh shit, here we go!" You know, like just handed me the microphone still on stage. I was like, all right.
Yeah. But you killed it. So
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for bringing that up. I forgot. I needed a win. You know.
feathering your cap. I'd be bragging about that all day. I'd be
Yeah.
like, hey, this is the podcast where I tell you that I won that contest.
Oh God. Okay, good. Well, now that we both feel good about ourselves, that's good. That's not what we're here for, though. Okay. Um, we're here for your yeah, your bad ideas. So when I kind of sent you the criteria, what did you think of?
Like bad ideas that I've had in my life.
Yes.
I actually do a couple bits about these.
Ooh.
So, the first one is teaching dogs the Heimlich maneuver.
How would you even do that?
You teach them to sniff out, seizures and to sit anyway, right? So I just figured if we taught them how to do the Heimlich maneuver, it would save a lot of lives. And they're always super diligent when we're eating anyway. You know what I mean?
That's true. They're right there. Yeah.
There. So if we just taught them that, we could save lives. And if they're good at their job, there's a little treat in there for them as well.
Is that when it comes? Okay, so you're choking on some food, we would assume, and then if they Heimlich that out, they just get to eat it.
I don't know. It's beneficial for them to. The inventor of the Heimlich maneuver is from my city and grew and lived on my street for a very long time. I don't know. I just feel like it's one of those things everybody thinks they know. Like, have you ever seen someone choke besides like Mrs. Doubtfire's?
No, but that's exactly what I was thinking of. So that's pretty dead on.
Always go like they either smack in the back for some reason, or like they'll do the thing but they can't quite lift them up, and I just feel like I don't know. And if your dog is right there watching your choke, it's like another reason to keep living. So
so many good all around. I'm just wondering, like, I'm imagining a dog doing the Heimlich though. Are they actually like, or are they like jumping on their stomach or something? You know.
yeah, if you feel like you're for under 25 pounds, it's like a hoist onto the stomach. You just lay down and they just go at you. And I feel like maybe if it's a bigger dog, like you know how you do goat yoga, the pose for goat yoga, it's always like some person on their fours with the goat on their back.
Got it, yeah.
Like there's some kind of back technique they can. Probably like a Saint Bernard, I think would be best
Something
at it. German Shepherd.
Yeah, German Shepherd is what I was imagining. That's this is good. I think dogs are quite popular. They're having a good run for I think forever. But so I don't think anybody, because a cat's not gonna save you. You know, cat's not doing Heimlich.
I told you not to eat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just massage your stomach. Yeah, that's not gonna help probably. And then it would still eat you once you die or something. But
yeah. I mean, like, I guess a bird could fly into your back if you...
Or, like,
and
go into your mouth and find them.
And a snake, I feel like they just be like, sorry, just unhinge your jaw, and it'll go down quicker if you can just... I just thought I'd start with the dumbest one that I came up with.
I mean, that was however, if it works, it works. I'm always astonished that dogs can tell when someone's going to have a seizure or whatever. Which, I mean, I know they're not probably saving, like they're just alerting people that this is going on. But, I mean, if you can figure out a way to do it, which again, we've said this many times on this show, we're not about logic here. We are simply about ideas.
I think dogs should just be able to tell you everything about yourself. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're pregnant, or like you're about to sneeze. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they like pregnancy. Why don't
I think
they have that?
They can tell. I mean, not that they can.
They tell you though.
I've heard.
Like, what's the sign for that?
Well, and then maybe only if they're excited. I've only ever seen videos of people being like, "Oh, the dog started like laying on my belly all the time when I was pregnant," but that's only when they're like, married and trying or something. It's not like, oh, I was pregnant by someone that the dog didn't like. Like they're not, oh my gosh, there was a dog there the whole time.
He's laying on my belly. What's it mean?
Oh, what's it mean? Maybe you have to poop. I don't know.
But I don't know.
What's the dog's name?
This is Luna.
Luna.
Yeah.
What's going on? Can you do the Heimlich, Luna?
Mommy's joking. No.
No.
I forgot she was there the whole time when we were talking. And
That's
I was
hilarious.
Like, oh.
That's a great, I mean, the best of lap dogs I've ever seen. She really just blends in. You said mommy's choking, she just kind of licked your hand. I don't know if that's gonna work, but all right.
Okay. Yeah. I got another one.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. I have an app idea for an app on your phone that tells you which women around you have Tylenol in their purse.
That's so specific.
I have been on trains, planes, various types of automobiles. I have been in foreign countries where I just needed some medicine. And do I want to go to a pharmacy? No. If there's a person next to me that's just like, I got you, sis, I would prefer that, you know. And then you can rate them like Uber, like 5 stars.
Oh, okay, like an actual app.
Star, Karen, don't talk to her. I don't know. I feel like I'm just all about saving.
She wouldn't give me 4. That's, yeah. I like that. Well, this is a great idea, especially if you travel a lot, because many a time have I either been out of Advil or Tylenol or whatever and needed to go. If you go to like a gas station or even drugstores sometimes, are just, it's expensive.
It's like, why do they have them it's like in the airport?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, they know how bad your flight was, and they're just like $30.
Yeah, exactly. So then if you got, you know, you're next to whoever, Sarah, and she has that Costco size, you know, that's saving everybody money. Why not? Well, that's the...
I wonder if you could sell them for like $1. I mean, is that technically drug dealing or pharmacy? I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. Well, it's not prescribed, so I don't know.
Yeah.
That's a good question. But that brings up, I mean, because that could be for anybody, right? Maybe you have a hangover and you just, you know, same thing. I was terrible, still am terrible. I don't know if it would come up, but like when you're younger and you're not used to having your period maybe, or you're not in tune with what's up with your body in that regard, always like needing to ask for a tampon or something was like the worst. Like I would rather just bleed out than... I
had to ask for one at a show one time, and I had to go from audience member to audience member until I found one. And then, yeah, I definitely shouted her out from stage, being like, "You saved the show!"
Yeah.
No,
I'm always like, if someone ever asks me and I have one, I'm like, yes, here, you know, like I'm trying to make it like not as weird, but that probably makes it weirder. But I'm like, yeah, of course you can ask. Like,
so excited when I have one to give somebody else because I've taken so many. It's like, I don't know. I feel like a grown adult who like lived up to her potential when I actually have one.
Finally did.
I don't know. I get excited. I'm like, take them. And do you want some of my purse pills too? Like, I don't know what these are, but there's probably a Tylenol in there.
Do you have some loose? Do you have some loose pills in the bottom of the purse? Is that maybe what the app came from?
There's always a random one that I have to go look up the code. So, it's, the pink ones are Benadryls, and I know what my Tylenol looks like, but I used to have like these stomach acid pills, and I would have one in my pocket at one time and just pull it out and be like, what the hell, so yeah.
But so nothing like super crazy, nothing, no.
Crazy. No, I think the worst thing I ever took on accident, I had prednisone, which is a steroid. And I thought I was taking an anxiety pill.
It's just the opposite. You're like...
So I was like, no, I'm gonna be up for 5 because I was trying to like relax and go to sleep because I was having some anxiety. Instead, I took the anxiety inducing one. So maybe that should be the app, like a pill identifier.
Yeah,
that's probably
I'm sure. Yeah, that's where you can Google it. But that would be if you could put on the app what kind of pills you have. Just wasn't like Tylenol. You know, you'd be like, here's whatever, if you're willing to give out your Xanax. But, or you could just be like, you know, mystery bag. You can have a grab in the purse and see what you get.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like a little surprise every now and then?
Yeah.
Tylenol was the most frequent one I thought was not going to get me thrown in jail.
That's
my idea.
fair. Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're paying attention, I'm sure. A lot of police are police. Is that who's investigating it? A big
used an episode one day, this podcast. Like, she's so innocent with her whole t-shirt. Yeah. I have another one.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah.
You've heard of Tupperware parties?
Tupperware party? Oh, like a pampered chef situation.
Yeah, Tupperware was just the containers at one point. They would have parties. My idea is a subscription box of lids.
Just lids?
Just lids.
Okay.
You never lose the dish, but you can never find the lid.
Yeah.
If you find a lid, it's usually like, okay, this is a circle container with a square lid, and then you got to put a rubber band over it, and then you take a meal to someone's house, and you're like, sorry, I thought I was an adult, but this macaroni is all over my car now, or whatever.
Even when we have, like, we go through our Tupperware stuff, and now instead of like lids over here, Tupperware over here, we just put them on all the lids, and then you like just have them stacked up. But for some reason, still you're like square, but not the right square somehow. You're like trying to squeeze it on. Just give me a new lid.
You seem like a meal prepper to me. Are you a meal prepper?
Oh, that's very nice of you. Not necessarily. Well, I've done it before for sure. My wife is a much better cook than I am, so she does most, and she does like that. So we have some of those, like the glass ones that have like the different sections and stuff, you know? We got some
Those
nice...
are my favorite ones. I hate when my food touches. So, or like I want to choose the touchiness of the food.
I see.
So,
you can mix when I say you can.
are they the glass ones or the plastic ones?
We do have glass. We have both. We have a plastic one that has like a small section here, or smaller section here, and then a bigger section here. Or we have glass ones that have 3. It's like 1 up top and then 2 on this side. Pretty fancy.
I don't know. You've probably never left one of them just rotting in your car.
It's definitely been a long time that I've left. Definitely not Tupperware. I've left other stuff in my car and forgot about it, but not a Tupperware. Have you done that?
I mean, I drive a lot, and sometimes you just throw something somewhere, being like, "I'll remember to take that out." And I don't even go that many places where they're like, "Bring a dish." So that's never really an issue. It's just always like, I don't know, when I'm trying to like be frugal or eat healthy, and I'm like, I'm gonna make salmon for a week. That's when I get into trouble.
Yeah, I've started to try and be better about being on the road. I'll try and bring food with me instead of stop and get food. Because, I mean, for both reasons, finances and health, not the best choice to stop all the time. So try to bring stuff with me. But I haven't, like, made like a dinner, like a meal.
Yeah.
But I could see why you might do that. I think I didn't do this, but I've just left. I usually leave water bottles and like teas and stuff and I move them, and then there's just like 15 in the back seat. My wife's always like, "What the hell have you been doing?" But
I have like 6 full water bottles, and honestly, I've been in traffic jams sometimes where I'm just like, I'm so thirsty, and then I'm so grateful that I have 6 half full water bottles in my bag.
This old water back here. It's perfect. When I was in high school, I don't know why I'm going to tell this story. It doesn't really make sense. But I think the reason I at least didn't want to leave stuff I knew would go bad, like water, okay, not that big a deal, but stuff I knew would go bad. A friend of mine, in her car, they spilled orange juice like on the rug, and I don't know if they didn't notice or it was just like leaking for a long time or something, but it like rotten orange juice is like a really specific gross smell, and it's like the whole car smelled like it, and they like took the seats out and cleaned under it, and it still like never went away. So I'm just like terrified that it'll stay in there if I leave some.
That's uh I have so many things. First of all, you called it a rug. Like you were
Was it a mat? I don't know.
in an old like van with like a you know ornate rug and then some guitars and stuff because it's your band's gig mobile.
Yeah, they love
Rotten orange juice. I don't know if I know what that smells like, but I've had a weird smell in my car since I got it. I bought it used, and within like a month it started, there's weird lingering smell, and I took it to a detailer, and I think he said it was the he couldn't figure out what it was. We were like, okay, it's not food, it's not it, but he thought it was the stuff you spray on your seats, the leather protector or whatever.
Oh.
But I swear it's gonna give me cancer. Every time I smell it, I'm like, this is going into my brain. But now I'm like, wait a minute, could it be rotten orange juice?
Because
I have no idea what
orange juice, yeah. Probably. Well, that also seems like if you spray something in your car, it shouldn't last for like ever, right? Like the leather protector shouldn't smell like that forever.
I don't know what it is, and it's always like after it rains when it smells. If there's anybody listening to this that know what it is, please DM me because I literally have no idea. I had to buy that ozone stuff or not Ozark. That's the TV show I'm watching. It's something you spray that's supposed to fix the air.
Oh.
They should make a smell detector for cars. Like
and it could tell you what this like specific. Oh, somebody spilled orange juice in here 6 years ago.
I think they had that on the movie Richie Rich. They had a smellometer.
Oh.
I think it's already an invention.
I love Richie Rich.
From a movie. Yes. Let me try and think if I have anything else. I did write a screenplay, but I don't know should I talk about that?
If you feel comfortable talking about it, no one's gonna steal it.
That is WGA, copywritten. Okay. I did write. If you write if you apply for like NBC Writers Program or anything like that, you write original pilots, and I wrote one I thought was really good. It was about it was called Club Rats, and it's about these 4 girls. Every morning they meet for brunch, and there's always something. Someone's walking in with an eye patch. Someone's wearing someone else's clothes. Someone's whatever the thing is. And then it's kind of like Always Sunny. It snaps to the night before reveal how they had gotten to that point. I thought it was great. I thought it was good.
I think that would be great. How do you end up with an eye patch?
Well, long story short. That's part of the pilot one. Some girl comes in with a broken leg, and then she says, "Sorry guys, I lost the traveling pants." And then it goes to the episode. So what I had tried to do in my pilot was a Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants thing, and they're like, "We all have to make a wish before we go to the club tonight, and we'll all take shifts with the pants for an hour, and we'll see if our wish comes true." And so they all wished for very specific things. One was to get her big break, thus the cast at the end. One was to earn the genuine respect of a bartender. One was to stand up for herself, and the other one was to, can I cuss on here?
Yes, of course.
Fuck her soccer coach.
To fuck her soccer coach?
In Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, all they could remember was that Blake Lively's character fucks her soccer coach.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Anyways, I like it. I mean, did you? No. Did you get notes on that pilot?
How do I recommend that to you?
I don't know. Am I too old to watch it now? I think I feel like I've talked about it a million times now, but my wife is a big Blake Lively fan, so I know that she has seen it, but she's never been like, we need to watch this.
Show it to you, and then you need to decide what character you are, just because every TV show with, large groups of friends, you need to decide which personality matches yours.
Yeah, absolutely.
That you invested in her throughout the whole entire program.
Is there like a quiz you could take to see which?
I got the pants. That's what I was.
Which is why you then created a different scenario with the traveling pants.
America Ferrera's stepdad. That's
um, so wait, so you wrote this for this writing program?
yeah, NBC Writers
Did they like
Program.
give you notes on
Oh,
it?
no, the other one I had to write, I started to write. I wanted it to be like a Gilmore Girls-esque show, based on the small town that I grew up in, but I ended up writing a sci-fi, and
Like this went off the rails.
through, I was like, oh, they go back in time. There's something about this town that has. I'm so embarrassed now that I'm saying all this. Something about this town that has like a ability to go back to the 1950s, and then there's a mystery too. I was watching Resident Alien at the time. It's a really good show, and it just combines like comedy, drama, sci-fi, wholesomeness all together. And I was like, this is the perfect show. I need to write something similar.
All the good stuff.
Thanks.
I mean, that's what no one has thought of sci-fi Gilmore Girls. I mean, I think that's pretty original.
It's pretty original, plus a twist. A little murder in there, a little whatever happened to what's her face. Let's go back in time and see what she was like.
I
Because
see.
now, her billboard's photo's been on the post office wall for 40 years. Ooh.
Wait, where are you from?
I grew up in a small town called Green Hills, Ohio.
Ohio. Okay.
And they were one of the 3 green belt communities built during the Depression. And they were supposed to be a civilized utopia mixed of urban and rural areas with people of all different religious backgrounds, colors, creeds, whatever you can come up with. And they were supposed to have like a pool and a community center and all these very Americana, very idealistic place. And they put them one in Ohio, one in I feel like Wisconsin, one in Maryland maybe. Anyway, it was this huge social experiment they had, and now it's like torn down bowling alley and they're like a 24-hour fitness and a massage parlor. So it's really changed a lot. But I like talking about it because I feel like it was a unique place to grow up. And I was like, I should just write a whole pilot based on this small town that I grew up in.
But that is kind of, I mean, I almost get the time travel thing, having you describe what it was supposed to be versus what it is now. Like that actually, yeah.
And of course, there's a love story, and there's a crotchety old man, and there's I make a lot of Nicolas Cage references. I would love. But yeah, those were my 2 pitches that I had for NBC. I'm like, here they are. You need me.
Yeah, we need to make these now. I mean, you could be reaching a more of a middle America that maybe we're not reaching right now with a story like that.
I just feel like, who does that not appeal to?
That's fair. People loved Gilmore Girls, so.
Gilmore Girls was the best. They talked so fast. And this one, they talk fast too.
They talk so fast.
Talk so fast. They had to, and Alexis Bledel, who was in Gilmore Girls, guess what she's in? Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, Monica.
Oh, that's what it was too. Sorry, I could have guessed that. I think I was told that actually. You.
Here you are.
I know. Now I gotta go watch it just to see. Have I been I don't know. Have I been a Blake Lively this whole time? Maybe. Would I fuck my soccer coach? No. So that's probably not. But I didn't play soccer. Anyways. Oh my goodness. I loved it. I loved all your ideas. Honestly, I'm very supportive. I think we got some apps coming down the way.
Keep going, or the Kickstarter, like what's the next
There
step?
you go. Yeah. Maybe that. Okay, you vote which one you would donate to. The Kickstarter, then we'll pick that one. I like the. I mean, the Tupperware lid could subscription is pretty good because you would avoid the stories we ended up telling, which was spilling stuff in your car, if the lid fits correctly.
Yeah. Yep. No spaghettis in there.
That's
Yep.
great. Okay. All right. Well, where can people find you and follow you and come see you?
You can come see me. I'm doing that tour, like we mentioned, at the end of July. I'm going to Charleston, South Carolina, Augusta, Georgia, Atlanta, Georgia, Chattanooga, Tennessee, and Asheville, North Carolina.
Nice.
You can find everything at Kelly Collette. Oh, look, you put it right down there.
Yeah.
Yes. And then, I have a website there, and just come check me out before I make it big in NBC's writer program.
For Sci-Fi, Gilmore Girls takes over, or the traveling pants, whatever. Oh my gosh. I mean, now I want to see him, I want to see him. All right. Well, thank you so much for being on. Go follow Kelly right now. But if you haven't subscribed on YouTube, please do that, or rate and review, subscribe on whatever podcast app you're listening to and all those things. And then follow me on social media, I suppose, for my dates coming up. But other than that, you can just keep watching Dumb Pitches.
You're weird.
Yes.